so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree. staring at me. I'll give you all the room that you need. Possum in a tree. Never mind the one-way road. You'll go any way you want to go. You'll never see me standing in your way. And if you start walking, I'll make you stay. You look so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree. I know it's time for me to hit the road. I hope I never see you out there though. The road is rough and rocky along the way. And if you don't look out, you just might pay. I hope that you will always be free, just like a possum in a tree.
Stuff going on here in Michigan. Let's see, the next week we won't have a show here. But the following week, Butch, I gotta, hang on a second. Couldn't remember the last name there. Chuck Butch Runyon. He's gonna be here, and he does a lot of Americana and bluegrass and folk music. He's a transplanted from out of North Carolina. I think he lives up north. Anyway, if you don't know where the restroom is here, ask your neighbor. Just don't go out behind the barn. The donation can over here on the right helps Lynn and I keep the wires fixed and the floor fixed and whatever's got to be done here. We appreciate it. Out of courtesy to the J.Washburn Gardner, we ask that there's no chit-chat going on. We're broadcasting this live right now, and we want to save you a lot of stress. We don't want to have you get a phone call from Japan 2 o'clock in the morning, ask you how come you destroyed Jay's show. We're going to save you a little bit there. Please turn your cell phones off. The cameras don't like it. It's a little bit after 3. J. Washburn Gardner is going to be here until 4 o'clock. Let's hope he stays. And let's see. Why don't you give Jay a welcoming applause here.
It looks like Bob's a little taller than me. Is this microphone all in the right place and everything? All right. There you go. She appeared fully formed, like a goddess from the words of a song I once knew. With childlike wonder and the wisdom of the ages, eyes shining like stars, the song was true. Eyes shining like stars, the song was true. Before this warrior princess from another land, I fall on my knees and I bow. And with dancing and song, I take her by the hand. We are Cecilia's acolytes now. We are Cecilia's acolytes now. And we sang through the night, and we danced till the light, but her delicate fingertips pressed to my half-open lips, kept me from saying what I might, kept me from saying what I might. She looked at me with love in her eyes, the love of a friendship true. And through the laughter and through the tears and through our songs, our friendship grew. And through our songs, our friendship grew. And we sang through the night, and we danced till the light, but her delicate fingertips pressed to my half-open lips, kept me from saying what I might, kept me from saying what I might. And we sang through the night, and we danced till the light, but her delicate fingertips pressed to my half-open kept me from saying what I might, kept me from saying what I might, kept me from saying what I might. Thank you very much. That's a song I wrote called What I Might. It's the first track on my relatively recently released CD called The Nature of Compassion, which I have a few with me too if you want to take a look afterwards. This song's also on that disc. This one's called Mary Sweet Smile. Walks into the room, I look up to see her face. I'm drawn in by her humor, her beauty, wit, and grace. And when our eyes meet, my heart forgets to beat. And when it starts again, it's at a record pace. But I don't even want to kiss her, 'cause then I could not see Mary's sweet smile, Mary's radiant smile, Mary's lovely sweet smile. She's got a look about her, I cannot look away. When I am in darkness, she is my light of day. And for just one of her smiles, I'd run 62 miles. Her smile has got me completely in her sway. But I don't even want to kiss her, 'cause then I could not see Mary's sweet smile, Mary's radiant smile, Mary's lovely sweet smile. No, I don't even want to kiss her, 'cause then I could not see Mary's sweet smile, Mary's radiant smile, Mary's lovely sweet smile. Oh, Mary, sweet, sweet smile. Thank you. So that distance I mentioned in that song, 62 miles, does happen to coincide with the longest foot races I've ever run. It's a better one known as 100K. It took me a long time. Okay, those two songs were off the disc, the album, but the next couple of ones are newer. This one in February. It's called 29 Days. 29 days and counting, 29 days of the same. I wake tired and aching, 29 days of gray. "29 days since I saw you, 29 days since we kissed. Were the skies ever really blue? 29 days of mist. But I don't care about the weather or the passing of the days. I love you. See you later, the last things we'll ever say." "29 days since they called me, since my world turned cold. Words that brought me to my knees. I'll never know you when we're old. So I don't care about the weather or the passing of the days. I love you and see you later, the last things we'll ever say. I don't care about the weather or the passing of the days. I love you and see you later, the last things we'll ever say. Thank you. So that song explored the idea of loss from one direction. Here's a song I wrote called "Haunted," which explores it from yet another one. Don't want to freak you out, but this place is haunted, she said as she slowly sipped her drink. Although I consider myself open-minded, something like that will give one pause to think. With a little nervous laughter, I looked her in the eye, and I asked her, what makes you so sure? Her hands shook as she tipped her glass up high. She slammed it down and asked me for one more. I knew right then she wasn't talking about these walls or the roof above, but in her heart lived the ghost of a newly departed love. In her heart lived the ghost of a newly departed love. Sympathy and curiosity, I ordered her that drink. Said I'm sorry and quietly lowered my gaze. She took my hand, said it's alright, and with tears began to blink. But her smile said she'd wished we'd met on better days. I knew right then she wasn't talking about these walls or the roof above, but in her heart lived the ghost of a newly departed love. In her heart lived the ghost of a newly departed love. I knew right then she wasn't talking about these walls or the roof above, but in her heart lived the ghost of a newly departed love. In her heart lived the ghost of a newly departed love. Thank you. All right. This next song was inspired by a true story, a thing that happened to me while I was on a bike ride. I had a run-in with a bee, and it was all a terrible misunderstanding. I didn't mean the bee any harm. I didn't even know it was there, but we crossed paths around the corner, and it stung my neck, and I felt really bad because it was a bee, after all, not a wasp or anything like that. So it left a stinger in my neck and proceeded to die on my shoulder. And I know the bees have been having a hard time with their colony collapse disorder, and we need the bees to be nice bees and pollinate our crops and things like that. So I was inspired to write this song called Little Bee. Little bee flying round for the flowers on the ground. Little bee flying free through the field around the tree. Little bee, joy and flight, looks so happy, yellow and bright. Little bee had nothing to gain when you caused me so much pain. Why, oh why, little bee, you should be flying free. You stung my neck, you caused me strife, you sacrificed your very own life just to hurt me, just to hurt me. Little bee, I did not see you flying round the corner at me. I felt your sting, it made me cry. It stings to know that you will die. Why, oh why, little bee, you should be flying free. You stung my neck, you caused me strife, you sacrificed your very own life just to hurt me, just to hurt me. Little bee that caused me pain, I hope you do not die in vain. Let us learn and shed a tear. We should not die in the cause of fear. Why, oh, why, little bee, you should be flying free. You stung my neck, you caused me strife, you sacrificed your very own life just to hurt me, just to hurt me. Why, oh, why, little bee, you should be flying free. You stung my neck, you caused me strife, you sacrificed your very own life just to hurt me, just to hurt me, just to hurt me, just to hurt me. Thank you. Okay, these next couple of songs are historic in nature. They're both inspired by women in the past who sacrificed their lives for the greater good. This first one is called Constance. It's literally the first song I wrote for voice and guitar, and which I felt I had to do. I was scheduled to sing a solo at my church one day, and the Sunday was coming up, and I had nothing picked out. So I went to our calendar of saints, and I found Constance that week, and I wrote this song based on her story. She was an Anglican nun who went down to Memphis, where they had a yellow fever epidemic back in the 1870s. And she and the other Anglican nuns and Roman nuns, they stayed in town and helped the people who contracted the disease, whereas the people who could afford to left. They stayed and eventually contracted it themselves. So this is my homage to Sister Constance and her companions. Constance went down to Memphis town, to a school she was to run. Help the children know, let his numbers and grow, and for love and the Father's Son. Constance stayed down in Memphis town to help the people there. A sickness so vile, it struck for a while and gave the people a scare. While others had fled, Constance she bled like the Father's only Son. As the fever took hold, there was Mary in gold, saying, "Sister, well done." To help them all, she heeded the call, a voice that was not vague. With the sisters she went to where they felt sent, to those with the American plague. While others had fled, Constance she bled like the Father's only Son. As the fever took hold, there was Mary in gold, saying, "Sister, well done." Constance stayed down in Memphis town, a city with too much strife. She provided care for poor folk there, and for them gave her life. While others had fled, Constance she bled like the Father's only Son. As the fever took hold, there was Mary in gold, saying, "Sister, well done." While others had fled, Constance she bled like the Father's only Son. As the fever took hold, there was Mary in gold, saying, "Sister, well done." Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, this next story, a song called Fine Sunny Day, was inspired by Sophie Scholl, who was a German university student back in the early 40s during World War II. And she and her brother and friends were like the ringleaders of a Nazi resistance group called the White Rose. They would secretly pass out pamphlets or spray graffiti around places critical of the Nazi regime. Unfortunately, they were caught, tried, and executed by guillotine in early February 1943. She was just 21 years old. Purportedly among her last words were, "Such a fine sunny day and I've got to go, but what does my death matter if through us thousands awaken and are called to action?" Well, when I read that, I was inspired to write this song called Fine Sunny Day. In dark times when shadows grow long and the evil powers choke off all song, the young in hopeful whispers say, "Such a fine, fine sunny day, such a fine, fine sunny day." When those who know better live in fear and believe that God has turned a deaf ear, the young with hopeful hearts still pray for a fine, fine sunny day, for a fine, fine sunny day, they pray. Such a fine sunny day, and you've got to go, you've got to go. Your life and your death won't be for nothing, oh no, oh no. To reclaim the future that was from them taken by the millions, the young, they will awaken on this fine, fine sunny day, on this fine, fine sunny day. Faced with certain doom, still the white rose it will bloom, and the young people with Sophie still say, "Such a fine, fine sunny day, such a fine, fine sunny day," they say. Such a fine sunny day, and you've got to go, you've got to go. Your life and your death won't be for nothing, oh no, no. To reclaim the future that was from them taken by the millions, the young, they will awaken on this fine, fine sunny day. Such a you've got to go, you've got to go. Your life and your death won't be for nothing, oh no, no. To reclaim the future that was from them taken by the millions, the young, they will awaken, yes, they'll awaken. By the millions, the young will awaken, reawaken on this fine, fine, sunny day. On this fine, fine, sunny day. On this fine, fine, sunny day. Thank you. All right. This next song is a relatively new one. I think I wrote it in February as well. I took part in that FOM challenge this year. It is February album writing month. You're supposed to write like 14 songs during the month of February. They're not all very good, but they did give me a good place to start to go back and edit them into something that might be. So this was my 10th entry of the month of February, and it was inspired. I was sitting in a restaurant and there was a mirror on the wall. And that's all it took. I saw a mirror on the wall and I got thinking about mirrors and reflections and what's on the other side. So this is called Plays Left Hand. Another world nearby, through the glass I see that land. A man just like me, but he plays guitar, left hand. I wonder as I watch him do the same fears lie behind, the eyes staring back at me that look a lot like mine. I ask the man, who is this I see? He just asks the same of me. I'm in search of answers that won't come from that land. He asks me more questions and plays guitar, left hand. I ask the man, who is this I see? He just asks the same darn thing of me. I'm in search of answers that won't come from that land. He asks me more questions, plays guitar, left hand. Thank you. All right. next song. I forgot to mention on this album that I released earlier this year. It's like you'll hear a number of these songs on it, but I'm joined by some other instruments. Michael Snyder Barker has got percussion on me on a few songs. David Roof has got upright bass. He's plucking and bowing on a couple. And Aaron Zindel added fiddle parts to about 6 of them, of the Ragbirds, if you're familiar with that group at all. And this is one that came together particularly well with Aaron Zindel's fiddle part. It's called When Mary Met Michael.
Journey, not knowing what she'd find. She traveled to that country, leaving everything behind. She greets this new adventure with wonderment and grace. She meets each new experience with a smile on her face. Just like an angel, she left beauty in her wake. She played her harp and sang for other people's sake. Then came that tragic day when she just had to leave. She went on her journey and left us here to grieve. When Mary met Michael, there was joy high above. He met her with a smile and an outstretched hand and love. When Mary met Michael, she felt his warm glow. When Mary met Michael, there was weeping here below. There was weeping here below. She saw him that there is music here, and where there is music she has no cause to fear. He handed her a harp and she plucked a golden toe. She knew when she saw him she would not be alone. When Mary met Michael, there was joy high above. He met her with a smile and an outstretched hand and love. When Mary met Michael, she felt his warm glow. When Mary met Michael, there was weeping here below. There was weeping here below. There was weeping here below. Met Michael, there was joy high
met her with a smile and an outstretched hand and love. When Mary met Michael, she felt his warm glow. When Mary met Michael, there was weeping here below. There was weeping here below. There was weeping here below. Thank you. Time for another new one. Actually, this one's a little bit before February. I wrote this one in January. I was sitting in a coffee shop and somebody walked past me and sat down across the room from me. I don't know, that was enough. I got this song called Crooked Little Smile. Morning and the clouds were in my head. I needed coffee and to feel less dead. You passed by me with tea and something on bread. All at once the clouds cleared from my head. Smitten by the smile on your face. You had a shy, awkward sort of grace. I thank my lucky stars for leading me to that place. It was charming how you liked to touch your face. I started dreaming how maybe some years from now my hand might gently take your hand's place. And I was dreaming how after my love's avowed, you'll reach out and bring my hand to your face, your pretty face, your pretty face. Staring at your crooked little smile, and I must have been doing that for a while. Your eyes raised and saw how I was quite beguiled. You caught me looking, caught you smile. Oh, I was dreaming how maybe some years from now my hand might gently take your hand's place. And I was dreaming how after my love's avowed, you'll reach out and bring my hand to your face, your pretty face, your pretty face. So I was dreaming how maybe some years from now my hand might gently take your hand's place. And I was dreaming, oh, I was dreaming about your face, your pretty face. Thank you. All right. Okay. This next song is called The Choir Sings. And if you hear the recorded version of it, it gets kind of interesting at the end when I repeat the chorus a couple of times. I start adding more and more loops of myself singing it. So by the end of it, there are 8 of me singing it all at once in a sort of makeshift technologic magic choir of sorts. Valley in my dreams, in the future, so it seems, a city of glass and steel beams, of smoke and acrid steams. A city of wealth, so they boast, as they praise themselves with a champagne toast. Their only care who has the most. The city's a shell, the city's a ghost. The city is sighing, the city is crying, the city is ash covered, the city is dying. The city is sighing, the city is crying, the city is ash covered, the city is dying. Through the gloom, through the years, the people see through their tears. Round the city a choir appears and begins to sing to soothe their fears. The choir sings the filth away, the choir sings disease away, the choir sings the ash away, the choir sings the tears away, the choir sings the filth away, the choir sings disease away, the choir sings the ash away, the choir sings the tears away. The rich insomniacs in their beds hear the song and are filled with dread. They can't rest unless a poor bled. They can't sleep until the weak are dead. The city is sighing, the city is crying, the city is ash covered, the city is dying. The city is sighing, the city is crying, the city is ash covered, the city is dying. The choir sings on into the night, relentlessly singing in this holy fight, gives the people a hope so bright, and maybe they'll realize their might. The choir sings the filth away, the choir sings disease away, the choir sings the ash away, the choir sings the tears away, the choir sings the filth away, the choir sings disease away, the choir sings the ash away, the choir sings the tears away, the choir sings the filth away, the choir sings disease away, the choir sings the ash away, the choir sings the tears away, the choir sings the filth away, the choir sings disease away, The choir sings the tears away, the choir sings. Thank you very much. Okay, this next song sounds a lot like the last one, at least the guitar part. I must have written them about the same time. I'm not sure, but they're very different actually. This is a song about my pets, so it goes out to all the pet lovers out there. You were in her heart before I was. You were in her head before I was. But then you came, you took to me. You rounded out our family. We thought we knew you before we knew you. We named you Satin before we knew you. And then you arrived and you showed me just how life was gonna be. You are an excellent hedgehog, prickly round the edges but oh so sweet. You are an excellent hedgehog, so soft and cute, to know you is our treat. You are an excellent hedgehog, excellent hedgehog. Along came your brother, you didn't get along. We knew that would be the way, but still he came along. Oh, the poor little guy, he was so scared. It was good that with you he was paired. We thought we knew him because we knew you. It didn't really help much that we knew you. From Texas he came, and Tex was his name. In Milwaukee he came into his fame. He is an excellent hedgehog, prickly around the edges but oh so sweet. He is an excellent hedgehog, so soft and cute, to know him is our treat. He is an excellent hedgehog, excellent hedgehog. Too soon it came time to say our goodbyes. First you and then your brother. Many a tear was shed from our eyes as you went home. First one and then the other. We'll always know that under the garden lies a pair of excellent hedgehogs, prickly round the edges but oh so sweet. A pair of excellent hedgehogs, so soft and cute, to know is our treat. A pair of excellent hedgehogs, excellent hedgehogs. Along came another in our home. We know she will love it here in our home, but it wasn't long after we met. We learned she's the huffiest hog yet. Poor little Bella, she gets so scared. You move just an inch, she gets so scared. But with lots of love, she'll love it here. And maybe one day she'll lose her fear. She is an excellent hedgehog, prickly round the edges but oh so sweet. She is an excellent hedgehog, so soft and cute, to know her is our treat. She is an excellent hedgehog, excellent hedgehog, Okay, now the song just repeats the chorus again. It's usually saying a trio of excellent hedgehogs, but since I wrote the song, a fourth hedgehog had come into our life named Marley, so the song's long enough. I didn't add a verse or anything like that, but I changed the chorus around, so just so you know I can count. A quartet of excellent hedgehogs, prickly around the edges, but oh so sweet. A quartet of excellent hedgehogs, so soft and cute, to know them is our treat. A quartet of excellent hedgehogs, excellent hedgehogs, excellent hedgehogs, excellent hedgehogs. Thank you. Okay, I've got one more song today, which should take us up to the 4 o'clock. This song I wrote when I was an intern. I work as a music therapist in hospice, and I was interning in hospice, and I had a special patient who told me all these great stories from her life and how she took up singing at an older age and brought that gift to people. And so we had some great conversations. And so I was able to write this song from her stories and things that she said to me, and I presented it to her on her 91st birthday at a party with her family all present, and she just loved that. And then I gave her a disc with it, and she shared that with everyone at the facility she was living at. And so she said to me that song is prayer of the Spirit. So this song is called Prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Be still for a moment, you can hear it. The music all around, we're so near it. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Sitting in a restaurant, I heard a voice. I was inspired and I made a choice to fill my life with music. Sitting in a restaurant, I found my voice. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Be still for a moment, you can hear it. The music all around, we're so near it. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. I reached out to people with my song, awoke the energy for which they longed. The music reached them and freed their minds. I found lost people with my song. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Be still for a moment, you can hear it. The music all around, we're so near it. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. I've had 91 mostly good years, so what I say you'll want to hear. Don't get rich, just fill your life with song, and you too will have mostly good years. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Be still for a moment, you can hear it. The music all around, we're so near it. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Be still for a moment, you can hear it. The music all around, we're so near it. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. Song is the prayer of the Spirit. song is a prayer of the Spirit. Thank you very much. Well, that brings us right to 4.
You folks want an encore? Let's hear it for an encore.
Okay, Bob, this is the first time you didn't catch me by surprise with that. All right, I do have an encore song here. It's a goodbye song. It's a traditional Irish goodbye song, so it's the one song I'm doing tonight I did not write. It's The Parting Glass. Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I done, alas, it was to none but me, and all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with ye all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my gone away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and oh softly call, good night and joy be with thee all. A man may drink and not be drunk, a man may fight and not be slain, a man may court a pretty girl and perhaps be welcomed back again. But since it has so ordered been, by a time to rise and a time to fall, come fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with thee all. Come fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with thee all. Thank you. Thank you, Bob, for having me back. It's a pleasure to be back.
Hey, why don't you give Jay another rousing applause? I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, songs we don't hear every day. Yeah, great. Well, we're going to turn the lights on and see how many musicians we got here. We might have a sing-along, you never know.